Hey, how's it going, guys? This is OneManShowShow, and today is 2012, 0120. I successfully uploaded that very long vid that ended up being 50 minutes yesterday. It took about at least 3-4 hours to upload, but I did that, and it's public, and it's live, and I feel great about that. And mainly because of the title, which involved the word boob, because I did talk about that big-breasted woman, I got 6 views. Great. Not really, I don't really care. I just care about uploading it. This is like therapy to me. And I'm trying to make this much shorter, probably around 20 minutes or 10. 10 would be ambitious. Okay, this feels like a shrink session to me. This is like I was forced to see shrinks because I had toxic biological family members and toxic people in my life whom I hated, but I didn't tell myself that I hated them. And so I kind of acted weird around them, like fidgety or something. And probably because there's mutual animosity, I ended up, they just were like, oh, do you have a problem? Goes this. And most of the shrinks said I didn't have any problem. Some of the shrinks were because the whole psychiatry business is such a scam. It's toxic, it's dangerous, it kills people, it kills lives. Most of the psychiatrists were, they had to put something down as some disorder, and they put me with like an acute anxiety disorder, which is what everybody has. Well, some people thought I was totally wacko and had like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder or depression or whatever. And you know, that whole thing is just a disgusting scam. I hate and I don't want to talk about it because that's like kind of, I already talked about it enough in 2007. It's a scam. It kills lives. Anybody has some form of disorder. Everybody. It's a way of these sophisticated vilifications. It's vexing. I donate to the Citizens Commission for Human Rights, which is basically, at least the way I interpret it, a form of organized anti-psychiatry. Yeah, it's just rubbish. I've had some really toxic people in my life. And anyone who is focusing on shrinks is. Now, what's also interesting is, after I was forced to see the shrink, which was absolute rubbish, and I don't like focusing on it too much because it was so toxic. And if you look around in the world, that happens primarily in America. If you go on Yahoo Answers, check out Yahoo Answers in the psychology departments, psychology sections. If it's an American thread, they're always like, I've been taking this pill and it's causing these side effects, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? In other forums, they aren't talking about that stuff. Only in America. All these pharmaceutical companies, it's a huge scam. It's a toxic, deleterious, dangerous scam. I hate anti-psychiatry. No, I hate psychiatry. I am an anti-psychiatrist. I hate those people. Yeah, I hate them. But anyways, I started watching In Treatment, which is fiction. It's an HBO series starring Gabriel Byrne, Irish actor who was in Usual Suspects. And he, well, did a great job. He reminded me of the way a shrink should be, but I hate all shrinks. But he wasn't a shrink. I mean, in the context of shrink, I'm making that congruent with somebody who prescribes pills. That's what's toxic. That's what's fucked up. And labels people with these disorders. Like, homosexuality used to be in the DSM. Coffee addiction used to be in the DSM. The Diagnostic Statistics Manual. It's all rubbish. I don't want to talk about it too much. I've written a lot on it. I don't want to waste my life with these idiots, which will be extinct. There won't be psychiatry in 50 years. That's a fact. There may be auditory hypnosis and other forms of therapy, but the body's too sensitive to have these imbeciles labeling a disorder with a whole person with a disorder and then shoving pills in them. Idiots. Anyways, Gabriel Byrne did a great job in that. I don't know why I wrote about that. I wrote it because it brought up a lot of Irish things. I've been focusing on Irish things a lot recently. I went to Dublin after I sold the car in 2009. I randomly was scrolling through my Android playlist library. It's my head. I can never tell if I'm being decapitated or not. Am I being decapitated? I hope not. And I listened to U2 and the Cranberries, and I saw this film In Bruges and listened to the soundtrack. In Bruges, Irish actors, Gleeson and Farrell, and an Irish director. And it's great stuff. I like that stuff. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I should go to Ireland? Does that mean that I should speak with an Irish accent or whatever. I don't know, but Ireland has been kind of a theme in my life. I did go to Dublin. Career seeking, yeah, I'm always seeking career. I do these handstand push-ups. I don't know if you, I can't really do them here. Yeah, it's dope here and stuff. Maybe I'll see that. Right, okay, it's too loud. I can't consecutively. And while I'm doing that, I'm like, I need career, life certainty, and earning go for stuff. And what I just said there is, whoa, a little bit of blacking out. I need career and life and certainty and a little bit of earning and a little bit of girlfriend stuff. That's what I just said. Because those are really important to me. Earning, career, life, like a safe place where I can go outside. I was looking at Google Maps of Brisbane. It seems like a clean city, but I don't know if that's the best place or not. Certainty on that. And then girlfriend stuff. Somebody with a girlfriend. That's important. That's kind of, those are, that's important stuff. I've been looking into building a rig. PC, I've gotten a lot of parts. I was just on the forums learning about the new AMD chip, as well as Intel. And everyone's like, go Intel. And I go read reviews. Everyone's like, go AMD. So I'm a little bit stuck on that, but I will resolve it. And that a little vexes me because everything in my life feels a bit hovering. Like, I've been so focused on getting this parts of this rig, but then it's like, wait a minute, should I be in this other country? And then it's like, well, then what am I going to do with this computer rig? But then, if I'm going to be here for the next year, well, then definitely get a computer rig. So, the result. Fear of being. I fear being. Oh yes. Oh, good. This is important. This is important. Listen to this. This is important. Again, my intention with these vids is it's kind of like therapy, just healthy, just something I want to do. It's rewarding. I am going to make some well-edited, like, educational vids, not like Sesame Street reading Rainbow rubbish, but like, math, just math stuff and cool vids with animations. I'm going to get into that. I like doing that. I made one of an animation of a game, and I was really intoxicated at the time, but it turned out to be incredible because I didn't have judgment. Sometimes alcohol can turn up judgment, which is I'd rather just not have the judgment in general. So anyways, this is about women. Something very. Oh yes, I think I wrote there. I fear dating or even being around a woman that I'm very attracted to. Now, this is huge because now here's why. It's kind of understandable. There's a little bit of logic to that, all right? And it's I fear I'll get thrown off center. I fear I'll end up doing a lot of relocating just for a woman to another place, or just for a girlfriend, or just for a relationship, or abandoning something that's really important to me. That's getting thrown off center, and I've done that in the past with relationships, and that's very easy to do. I bet if you're an average person and you're watching this, it's very likely that you've done that. If you do some little self-inventory, integrity, honesty stuff, that's happened before. I'm almost certain. You may be a rare exception, but that is very common. And the more attractive a woman is, the more my libido, crazy, sexual, reproductive organ attraction hijacking will be like, wah! And just kind of eclipse every other important thing in my life. So that's a concern. Fear of being thrown off center, right? I guess the counter argument to that is that, a really attractive woman who I'm really attracted to could put me onto center, because it could be like energizing or something. I guess that fear, man, I love the smell of these erasable markers. So awesome! Woo! Yeah, simple thing in life. Erasable marker smell. Okay. I have been thrown out by toxic relationships. I don't want to say toxic women, but definitely toxic relationships. Some of them were attractive, some of them weren't. But actually, when I think about it, some of the relationships that threw me off, they weren't that attractive. So maybe if I'm actually genuinely attracted to a woman, then it might be awesome. And for a while I thought love, this romance, poetry, was this whole, romantic, poetic, Shakespearean violets and roses thing, or in art and poetry, that rubbish. But I think my new definition of love is just sexual arousal if I get a boner from a woman and she's really attractive, and if she seems clean, like in personality and well-being and elegant, and if she seems sophisticated, then I think I might call that love. In other words, I don't like the idea of love being this swooning Romeo Juliet, all that rubbish. I don't like that. I think that kind of abstract concept of love in the past was a bit confusing. It was a bit useless. So I'm not saying love is equal to lust exactly, but I think it's a large part of it. And I'm fine with being like lost to somebody who I respect and is kind of sophisticated. Fine. I'll call that love. I don't care. Loss if separate. This is a big one. I guess if, yeah, you know, the more you're attracted, if I'm in a relationship with a woman who's really attractive, whoa, really attractive, then if we separate, it'll be like, I fear it'll be like, I've experienced this before, so that's why this fear has a historical, logical basis, right? And I fear it'll be like, like a huge thing carved out of me, and then for like weeks or months or hopefully not years, I'd have to like feel like something missing, all that rubbish. And then again, the counter argument to that is you say, well, you know, you just be yourself, and you be a holistic person, and it's two independent people connecting instead of like a half a person connecting with another half person, which is what most relationships are. So yeah, the fear of being thrown off center. I counter that with, I don't know, just maybe it'll be energizing and keep doing the same things I want to be doing. But then what are the things I'm doing are coping mechanisms. Right? Loss if separated, yeah. And that's just like being independent, so I just counter that with that. Blinded feeling. I guess that's kind of being the same thing as being thrown off center. The fear of being blinded. Of them being, of a really attractive woman, like eclipsing things, or a relationship that's overwhelming. They're just blinding things. Now, there can be toxically overwhelming, but maybe that could be a good thing, you know, because I'm just always focused on career and life and everything. Okay, and this one's a little bit reproductively, physiologically technical, if you will. All right, it's ejaculation leads to a decrease in energy. Now, that's not really relevant to an attractive woman necessarily. Well, it kind of is indirectly, but that's just relevant to any kind of ejaculation, masturbation, ugly woman, attractive woman, whatever, ugly relationship, whatever. And that one is kind of pretty real at times. I don't really know the solution to that. I kind of play this game with myself of how long can I not ejaculate for at times. And I don't know, it's sometimes a fun game, sometimes it's annoying. Who cares? And then I feel more focused if I don't do that. And then, okay, tech devices. Oh, this is another thing, the final thing I want to talk about, and this is going to be probably in 15 minutes. Sweet. Woohoo! Whoa, that's awesome! Alright. I've been looking at a lot of tablets. Mainly Android tablets, like an Arcos tablets, mainly Arcos, the new G9s, and I'll look at these tech things, and looking at tons of reviews, and European reviews, and all this stuff. And one thing I noticed was that after a while, they always show like a film, or footage of something, or website, or some application or whatever. And it made me feel like, kind of, what's the highest level? And one interpretation of that is like, all these devices, all these slew of technical devices just show film. So, does that mean those technical devices are kind of not subservient to, but just kind of like serving performance or video or film or acting? Not necessarily acting, but teaching or how-tos or tutorials or tech reviews or you know footage. That could be. That very well could be. I think for a while when I was doing a lot of more, you know, just real tech stuff like code and XML and CSS and you know tinkering with the style sheets and all that stuff, it seemed like tech was the highest level thing. It's like, oh yeah, if you didn't have it's just kind of like a large perspective of things. Like if you didn't have tech, then you couldn't display a lot of those films. But if you didn't have film, if people didn't make film, entertainment film or educational film or whatever, then, well, the tech industry would the tech industry even exist? Yeah, it probably would, yeah. It'd still be useful and stuff like that. But that's kind of interesting. Very interesting. Now, I don't know, that doesn't lead to like plays and theater and stage and all that stuff without tech. But like that was the form of performance without technology. But now there's technology, obviously. And everything's just much more mobile and stuff. That was kind of an interesting idea. So, interesting observation. And yes, 50 minutes. Woohoo! Thanks again for tuning in to, dang it, this light. I gotta work on lighting or something. Thanks for tuning in to One Man Show Show. Great.